nobody perfect, regardless of those highlight reels that you may see on Instagram or on TikTok or YouTube, or just even those people that you pass through on a day-to-day basis. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. My name is Sierra Monique, and today we are going to be talking about something that we really do not like to admit, and that's shame. Life can feel super challenging, especially when we are not completely satisfied with where we are in our lives. Because of past mistakes and all of the constant pressure that society tells us, that our family has told us, and just things that we began to really put on ourselves throughout our entire life. Like, trust me, you're not alone. I have been there. I have done that. I have done the work so that I can get out of that, because shame and guilt can really eat you up. Today is really time to shift the narrative and start showing ourselves some love and being a little bit more kinder and having some grace for ourselves while we are going through this evolution called life. Today, we're going to go over some steps that I took specifically to kind of get over some shame and guilt that I have dealt with over the course of my adult life. So if you ever felt stuck with shame in the past or present, or just need a little reminder that you that girl, stick around. My first tip is to really separate yourself from the feeling and the emotion of shame. We have to be reminded that shame is just a feeling. It is not your identity. It is not who you are. It is a feeling. We have to consistently remind ourselves that mistakes happen and we are not perfect, and we're going to continue to make mistakes. Feelings come and go. They don't stay forever. One minute we're happy, one minute we're sad, one minute we feel guilty. If you pay attention to your emotions throughout your day, your emotions go up and down all day long. So just knowing that shame is one emotion that we all feel is not something that identifies who we are internally. An example that I want you to kind of look at when it comes to understanding that shame is just an emotion and not your identity is to remember that you are the observer of your emotions and not the emotion. It's not your identity. When you're noticing that you're starting to internalize those feelings, you really do need to just step back and observe, like, what is going on. Are you sitting in thought? Are you thinking about your past? Are you feeling guilt and shame about a decision that you may have made that day? And really tell yourself, like, I am not shame. I am not guilt. I am literally observing the emotion and allowing yourself to feel the emotion and let it just go. Remind yourself that I might feel this way right now, but this is not who I am. My second recommendation is to really challenge that internal voice, that negative internal voice, and really come at it head to head. What you say to yourself holds so much power and weight in how we navigate this world, how we see ourselves internally and externally. And also, what you think and say to yourself is what you'll attract. If you feel that you don't deserve or unworthy of things, you're going to attract unworthiness. Give yourself some compassion because you truly do deserve it. With coping with your shame, I really want you to learn to forgive yourself for any past decisions that you may have made. Stop holding yourself to these super high standards of just perfectionism and trying to show up as this cookie cutter person. Like, we all got our own stuff. And you got to understand that ain't nobody perfect, regardless of those highlight reels that you may see on Instagram or on TikTok or YouTube, or just even those people that you pass through on a day-to-day basis. We all struggle with a lot of different things. And you may currently right now be struggling with some type of shame and guilt. Understand that no one is perfect. We have to sometimes use those mistakes as an opportunity for growth, to grow, to be better. Because honestly, without having to go through things in your life, you're never really going to learn. Now, you don't want to fall too much on your behind to truly learn how to be better and do better and show up better for yourself. But you do have to sometimes, scrape your knee in order for you to learn. Like, pay attention to when you walk in. Perfectionism does not exist. This is something that I truly have to tell myself all the time, because the Virgo in me, baby, perfectionism is just how I operate on a day-to-day basis. If it's not to the standard of just 1000 AAA plus A, like, I don't want to do it. That's one of the reasons why it took me so long to honestly start a YouTube channel, because I just feel like I don't have the lighting, I don't have the camera, I don't have the environment or the background that I felt like is pleasing to people. Like, Do not allow perfectionism to stop you from true forgiveness within yourself. We're going to make mistakes. That's just how life is. I also want to recommend that you do some type of self-care, whatever that self-care may be, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's getting your nails done, your hair done, journaling, whether it's meditation. If that is something that gives you some type of self-care, I would recommend that you tap into that more often than not. It really do help you ground yourself and shift that negative connotation to something a little bit more positive because you are feeding yourself. Self-care really do help you to remember that you deserve kindness. And you giving yourself kindness should be top priority, to be honest. Like, if anyone is going to do anything for you, it should be you. When you give yourself the time and the space to feel better, you're telling yourself that you matter no matter what mistakes you have made in your past. And no matter what mistakes that you are currently making. Be a little bit more kind to yourself. Like, be a little bit more gentle. And just understand that it is a process. Like, you have to understand you're not going to change overnight. And just really hone in on celebrating yourself. Celebrating those very small wins. You know what I mean? Like, small steps lead to transformations, huge transformations. A little bit of savings of $20 a month can lead to a $10,000 savings account. You know what I mean? So just understand that those little small changes that you make within yourself will get you through. Like, whether it's you getting out of the bed and finishing a task that you said that you were going to do. Treat yourself to something nice. Like, treat yourself to the movies. Treat yourself for some coffee. Treat yourself to dinner. Like, just recently, I had treat myself for a solo date to the movies. If I stay home from work today, I gotta get some schoolwork done. Once I do that, like, I'm going to celebrate myself by taking myself to the movies. It was a reward, and I feel like you should reward yourself for making changes within your life. Like, dealing with your feelings and emotions is not the easiest thing to deal with. And it's not something small. It's major when you decide that you're not going to no longer operate in one way anymore. If you decide that you're going to operate in a more positive state, like, you should celebrate yourself. Do something for you. It don't have to be anything drastic. Like I said, go get some coffee from somewhere. Sometimes if you find yourself a nice cafe and go sit in there and enjoy your coffee while you're in there, that may be enough. And then, of course, like, if you got the coinage, like, buy yourself something nice. You don't always have to do anything so outlandish, so expensive for yourself when you are trying to give yourself a little bit of small things for win. All right, y'all, so that's it for today's video. I hope that this video really made you feel a little bit lighter and a little bit more empowered. If you found this video, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave some thoughts in the comments. All right, y'all, bye.